forces are the same that burn crosses. Some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses. Some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses. Some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses. Killing in the name of, killing in the name of. And now you do what they told ya. 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 And now you do.
The following show features stupid opinions and ideas from two idiot brothers who probably did little research and practiced zero due diligence on the topic at hand. The MLO BROS opinions do not reflect the views of their employer, guests, sponsors, families, neighbors, or pets. If you do not like what they are saying and don't agree with their views or opinions, don't watch the show. We can promise we do not care. Welcome to the worst show on the internet.
Oh, look at how bright that is. Gosh,
wow, that is horrible. That is horrible. Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. It is 2:48. We are live from home. Ron Verb will be going live here at 3. Before we get started, if you haven't already, go down below, give us a thumbs up, give us a like, give us a follow. Game plan for today. So we're not going to go live tonight. If you're watching and it's 8:30 p.m. on Tuesday or on Thursday, the 12th, you are late to the party. So it is 2:49 p.m. right now when we're filming this. We're going to go live with Ron Verb. You're going to hear him on my side.
We're
not live with him.
Going live. We're
so
with Ron Verb.
we are messing with Ron Verb for the next 2 hours, from 3 to 5. We're going to be messing with him. So what we need you to do, if you're watching at home, we need you to call Ron Verb. We'll record it for you. You won't have to do anything. Everybody will listen from here and on live radio as well. We need you to call into Ron Verb. There might be a screener. There most likely won't be. But if there's a screener when you call, the number down below, the 330-729-9977. Hold on, my wife's on my door.
And for the record, why we are doing this is we are doing this because a couple days ago, one of our stalkers, actually, she might be the stalker. She's like a stalker, called Ron Verb, called Dan Rivers in the morning, and was complaining about us and blah.
But we don't even care about her. Screw her. Doesn't matter.
But this is what triggered this, though. But then Ron Verb called us. What did he say? Assholes.
So Ron Verb called us.
No, not us, but podcasters.
He called. I think he called us a-holes, and then he said we have no following. Podcasters. Some of these podcasters, they have no following. They have no
saying anything.
Oh no, it was hold on.
No followers, no whatever.
Yeah, we just don't no reach, essentially, is what he's saying. So what we want to do is we want you to prove that we do in fact have a reach. We do in fact have a following. So give him a call, that 330-729-9977. Give him a call, and you got to get through the screener. Say something like, "Hey, we want to talk. I want to talk about taxes, property taxes. I want to talk about the school levy. I want to talk about Palestine and Lebanon, whatever, Israel, whatever." To get through the screener, and then once you get on with him, you have to say something along the lines of, "Have you heard of the MLO Bros? Don't say awesome. I changed my mind. Say they're an awful podcast that goes live on Facebook every Tuesday and Thursday at 8:30 p.m. That's what you need to say. If you say that, you'll be entered into a chance to win
Phantoms tickets.
Phantoms tickets that we have. We have 2 tickets, so we'll give them to you. You go to a game.
4 tickets.
4? You have 4? Hell yeah.
We're going to give one person, whoever gets through, a chance to win 4 tickets. And I
4
also
tickets.
have the winners from last week that I saw up to announce. I'm going to message those people too.
Correct. So that's the game plan. We're going to go. You're going to be able to hear it through me. You're going to be able to hear Ron Verb. So we're going to be listening and commenting the whole time. And see, I wonder if when we go live, you think he knows yet? Do you think anybody? So I heard this guy doesn't even have an email. Like, he doesn't even use email.
Mandy says it keeps cutting in and out. Mandy, I don't think that's us. I think that's you because we're pretty solid right now.
Yeah, if we
Anybody
can
else have problems hearing? Anybody?
Can you post what you want people to say? Absolutely. I'll put it in the comments right now.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
I mean,
Just mention the MLO Bros.
Yeah. Call in. I'm going to try and call in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and call in, act like whatever, and then act like I'm sort of and then bring up, I was watching the MLO Bros and they said this. It's a local podcast, something like that. So Dan Patrick is saying, I bet somebody tipped off Ron Verb.
Let's see.
So what's he going to do? Not take phone calls? I'm sure he does. Oh, thanks, Marianne.
Okay. I'm going to post it in the thing here now.
I just want to screw with him.
Okay. So we just posted it. That's what you got to say. Numbers at the bottom of the screen. That is WFMJ's number. WKBN, I'm sorry. WFMJ. WKBN's number. 330-729-9977. That is his line.
Michael John says when he retires, we should apply. I'll do it. I'll totally apply.
And they're like, oh, we want a resume? Just send them this recording.
Well, and here's the thing, too. Isaac, the last couple days, I hate people. I've come to the conclusion. How about this morning I wake up and there's people commenting, right? Because we are going after Ron Verb and we're screwing with Ron Verb. I had people saying to us, you guys, I didn't know you guys were liberal. I'm done watching you guys. Did you see that shit?
You had the far right people getting mad at us now, when typically it's the left accusing us of being too right. You know, if there's anything that I want you to learn as a person who watches the MLO Bros, it's to be a free thinker and understand that tribalism, that the two-party system is flawed and has issues and feeds their people and their puppets. Both sides do it. And they feed it to them and they just get them to regurgitate and spew the garbage that they hear on the news. So 100%. Please just be an independent thinker and try and think of both sides of the story. If there's one thing you can learn from us, it's that.
And Isaac, these are the people who were saying this were long time viewers of us. It was unbelievable. And they're like, we're done. We're not watching. Later, I was like,
all the time. They always say they're going to stop watching. And that's fine. Independent thinkers. Vote third party. RFK. Yeah. I'm voting for RFK. I agree with some of the stuff he says. I disagree with some of the stuff he says. But if you can combat the two-party system and have an independent win, I'm all for it. And don't give me the crap. It's wasting a vote. No. If enough people vote independent, even if he doesn't win, it proves a point that the system is flawed. So don't give me that crap that it's a waste of a vote. No, it's not a waste. No vote is a waste. That is propaganda that's spewed by both sides. Like, oh no, you have to pick a side. No, you don't. No, you don't.
The politics are so gross. And then I posted, there's that Jill Geramo in Canfield, who's running for Canfield board. I did some background on her because she was talking shit about us. So I did some digging. She lost her license for 5 years as a teacher for deleting her phone, deleting stuff, right? I posted the court case. I had 3 or 4 people. You take that down. That's damaging to her. I'm like, people need to know this shit. Right. People need to know who you're voting for. It's unbelievable.
Daniel, so they make you withdraw if you have a radio show. How is that legal? Friggin' Trump had a TV show. He had The Apprentice. Why is
that can't be right. Ron Verb has a kid that ran.
I think Eric and it's Verb. It's Vereb is the correct spelling of the name. They all have fake names. I didn't know this.
Makes sense.
All the local people have fake names, wish I would have known that about 3.5 years ago.
We should have got fake names.
I would have been Howie Felter Snatch.
We should. You want to start making fake names? I'm going to change my name to Shook Looster.
Shook Looster.
Sook Looster.
It's Shook and Bend Over here. Great talking to you guys.
Hi, my name is Mike Hunt. I'm the new
Willie. Good old. It's Willie Fisterbottom here with 570 WKBN.
Willie Fisterbottom. 5.
We're going to be taking you through the rest of the afternoon through 5 o'clock on your weekday drive home.
We should.
I need like a button thing too. Like a
Isaac. Next podcast on Tuesday. Can we please add? You know how we can add our names? Let's add our names.
Yeah.
Howie. Hold on.
Howie.
Who would you like to be, Isaac? I'm gonna change my name.
Yeah, change your name to Willie Fisterbottom.
Wait, how do you do? I don't know how to change it. While we're waiting for, by the way, we're waiting for Ron to go live. So don't.
2 more minutes. He'll go live at 3, and then I'll pull it up on my computer. You'll be able to hear it through me. I'm not going to talk too much because it will interfere with my audio.
But Isaac, what would you like your name to be?
I'll just give me Bend Over.
Ben. Wait. Oh.
Bend Over.
Bend. Oh, shoot.
Just Bend Over.
Just Ben and then Dover.
Bend Over. Or there's another really good one I like.
What's this? Isn't it? Ben.
No, there's another one. I can't think of it now. Shoot, I got to look it up.
Can you play it? Is he ready? Are we live? What do we got?
No, he doesn't go till 3.
This might be the most people he's had listening to his show.
I know he's gonna have. We're getting him. He says we have no viewership. We're getting him. 53 people are going to be listening to his dumb show now. So I don't want to hear it. And for anybody who's like, "Hey, why are you attacking this guy?" Marketing works in interesting ways. We're helping him right now, and he's helping us. We're both. It's a win-win.
Isaac, are we immature?
Yes, but it's fun, so that's why we do it.
All right, fair enough. All right, so I'm going to try and call right now. Let's try. I'm going to try. Let's see if we can. Well, he won't open up the lines. Can you get it and pull it up? I'm excited to listen to him.
He has to say, "I've opened the lines."
Can I say my name? Hey, this is Will. This is Mr. Fisterbottom, Willie
T. Fisterbottom. No, it's not live yet. How do you?
This is going to be brutal. Is he live? Maybe he's not live yet.
No, it's.
Do. Now you do what they told you. And, oh, by the way, my kids are home today too. I'm in the side room, so at any point they could come.
AI has the power.
Hold on, we got an ad.
Dude, that's the thing. This is going to be a lot of freaking ads.
They're ads. You never realize how many ads they have.
Dude, we need to get more freaking advertising. Mike,
I know. You need to sell out. I've been selling it for years. Sell out.
Yeah, he's live.
He's live till like 7. But he has Luke's favorite. He has Luke's favorite lawyer, Dave Beatrice, on from 6 to 7. So
he has Dave Beatrice on. Can you call in for that?
White House says those funds intended for humanitarian purposes.
News at the top of the hour.
Okay.
Council spokesman John
Can you guys hear it okay?
The U.S. is scrutinizing Iran's role in support for Hamas and the attacks on Israel.
Right. Now, if we get on the phone when we call, we have to mute it.
Mute ourselves. But I'll turn off my computer and we'll put it on speakerphone.
There you go. Okay. All right. Anthony Stratus is listening.
Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his rivals.
Exactly. That's Dan saying. It's almost all ads and like 3 minutes of talk. It's crazy.
Dead following the attacks in Israel, including 27 Americans.
I wonder, do you think he'll come out and be like, "Hey, this is a warning to anybody who calls in. Like, we're going to be screened today." Do you think he's going to do anything like that?
There's no way he knows.
Yeah.
Actually, he might. People probably warned him.
What?
People probably warned him.
ABC's Jay O'Brien says the fight.
While we're waiting here, guys, there's 54 in here. Can you go down below and give us a like? Hell, share this. helps us out if you do that.
Not long from now, in which they're going to air.
We got 11 likes. I want to get that up to 50.
About that ongoing leadership process, but there's no vote scheduled today. There could be a vote scheduled for tomorrow, or this could get kicked into next week.
I wish we had more followers than 60 people watching a stupid.
We need a soundboard, Luke, so we can get noises like the toilet flushing. Like I was listening the other day, Ron Verb has like a snoring sound, so that when people are being boring, he like snores them.
Dude, maybe we could pull some sounds up. Hold on.
Union leaders demanding better pay and benefits with Ford.
Does he really do that?
Yeah. Oh, he did it to a guy the other day. Yeah.
Shelley has pleaded guilty to an indictment charging her with felonious assault from a September.
Sounds like a freaking chainsaw.
Madison Road in Majory. She was accused of stabbing a 35-year-old feral man in the chest after a fight. She'll undergo a pre-sentencing.
Hey Isaac, when you call in, if you get him, are you going to use your Canadian stuff?
After a neighbor alerted them to a fire.
Oh, hey there, Ron Verb. Great talking to you today. This is Jimmy from up north. Just calling in because I heard of these great podcasts from the they're called the MLO BROS. They go live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8:30 p.m. They're totally awesome. Couple of buds. Couple of buds, you know. I like to listen to them. I like to listen to them when I'm at home in my jacuzzi at night, you know, having a beer with the boys. Hey there, Ron Verb. How you doing there, bud?
Please do that. Please, I beg you. Please. I just want to call and be like, hey, Ron, this is Steve Spencer. I just called in to talk to you about the MLO BROS.
Okay. We have 69 people. Oh, now we're down to 65. Guys, stay at 69. No more, no less, please.
It's a wobble pop in Canada, Isaac. Did you know that? A wobble pop.
Comes from the Office of Community-Oriented Policing Services.
All right, we are 4 minutes in, and we've yet to hear Ron.
Used to buy updated equipment and technology.
Can I start calling? Can I call Isaac?
What if he just doesn't go live? No, he says lines are open. He'll say it. So wait.
I'm on hold. Should I just leave it on hold?
Just wait. Let's see if we get other people to call first. Let's see if we get. Don't compete with other people. Okay. I don't want them to sit on hold forever.
All right. Did you hear?
Next update at 3:30.
Yes.
I don't know if that's him or not.
I'm pretty sure that is Isaac.
On the iHeartRadio app, News Radio.
Come on, Verb.
WKBN.
Can you turn it up a little bit? Or move it closer?
When it comes to who supplies your electricity and natural gas.
Let me do this. Let me move my computer closer. Because the problem is if we turn it up anymore, you're not going to be able to hear me at all.
Designed with you in mind. Find your plan and switch
God, there's so many commercials.
.com/choice.
Okay, what if he's like
friend in the car business, John Kufleitner, who says summer
unbelievable? No wonder why we have so many people watching us on freaking 8:30. You can't. There's no entertainment.
Right. Amazing deals.
Man, I need to write all these ads down and call them and say, hey, you want to advertise on the MLO BROS?
Good God. Unbelievable. We should start trying to.
I mean, we've been live. Well, it's been 5 minutes straight of ads.
Yeah. This is what talk radio. I mean, I listen to it, but never listen to it.
People wonder why radio is dying. This is it.
Yeah.
It's all ads.
Crazy. I wish you would have. I should have warmed up my jacuzzi. I could be sitting in my jacuzzi outside right now.
Well, you got to think too. The internet, Facebook's nice because we have no bills to pay. Right?
$49 a month for StreamYard.
$49 a month for StreamYard. So we don't need to pay to keep the lights on, you know?
Right. Or our salaries. I wonder what Ron Verb's salary is.
I think he makes a good chunk of change. I think he's like at least $50K.
You think he makes that? You think he makes? I bet it's more than that.
You think so?
I don't know. I'd like to know. Does anybody know how much Ron Verb makes? Isaac, when you call, why don't you ask him? Maybe I'll call it.
Just call him and ask him how much money he makes.
Hey, Ron, just curious. Big fan. How much money do you make a year? Thanks.
25% off their first.
Well, I'm gonna go.
Hey,
ahead and
Ron.
hang up.
Hey, Ron, I'm a podcaster. We don't make any money. I was just wondering how much you make so that maybe I can one day ask for that amount of money.
Because I'm a big fan. I mean, I really want.
Dude, another ad.
It's unbelievable.
Piggy banks, no rainy day savings, no.
Yeah, maybe Ron and iHeart need a pay cut.
Extra items for cash.
What is this for?
No buying anything with privacy. A digital dollar means your life may be dependent on the internet, electricity, and people you don't know, like, or trust. Every penny you spend, every penny
Kenny, go lay down. You're not coming in here.
So what can you do? For many Americans, they're turning
Kenny.
back to
Gold.
the only money that survives civilization.
Gold.
Gold and silver.
Gold.
You can do the same.
Sell into the hardcore right that the world's going to end.
855 Gold IRA and learn how Americans are diversifying their money today. Plus, you could get up to $10,000 in free silver.
If you're going to buy gold chains, okay? Same thing. And you can flaunt it. You got freaking, the bling.
Ron Verb's got some nerve saying his snoring people when all the news.
It's his intro song.
And from News Radio 570,
I can't hear him.
welcome to a Thursday afternoon.
It's so quiet, Isaac.
9 degrees. We'll be with you till 5.
Let me try and put it on my phone.
Yeah.
Let me put it on my phone.
Yeah, it's super quiet.
Rundown that we'll conversate between 3 and 5 today. And from 5 to 6, as always, longest running legal show.
5 to
Courtesy
6.
of Beatrice, Cop, and Marcota. That'll be from 5
Okay, who's calling first? People start calling.
Your
Hold on,
legal
he'll say
questions
it.
from 5 to 6 on News Radio 570 WKBN. As
For
we
example,
go on
in
here this afternoon, let's
the situation with the Ukraine, you had a lot of
Can you hear that better?
that just left the country and went somewhere else. They just left and wanted to get out. And the exact opposite is what you see when it comes to Israel. It's citizens that are not in Israel are going back to Israel to help fight for Israel. I mean, it just it says something just really fascinating about
I just can't.
about that country and its people, and stepping to the plate with what has taken place over there. What a tragedy that is going on over there. And of course, people are concerned about that escalating, to say the least. I'll get more to that momentarily. We have some of the things that we haven't got to here in the program. We've talked a lot about a lot of local races, local issues, but we haven't talked too much about the statewide issues 1 and 2, which basically sum up to the abortion issue and recreational marijuana are the other 2 big issues that they say that
I should just call in and argue with them about recreational marijuana.
Voting on these issues, voting on this abortion issue, which
Hey, Ron. Jimmy here from up in Canada. We've had marijuana up here for quite some time. We have no problem up here, bud. It's great. Everybody's pretty chill,
Anyway, it's back out in Ohio, and I don't know. I've been told that they're
Could you please?
I think you would really could use some marijuana, bud. It'd help you mellow out a
I
little
will
bit.
bet you $20. You can't call in and not laugh when you do that voice. $20. I will Venmo you $20 if you can do it without laughing.
I think you could really benefit from some medical marijuana there, bud. Chill out a little bit.
Abortion and recreational marijuana here in the great state of Ohio, and whether or not you support them.
How do people listen to this?
Support them when it comes election.
You move it a little closer. It goes quiet. I don't know why.
I can't move it any
what
closer.
happens as far as that is concerned. What else do I have for you here this afternoon?
Can we pull it up on? Oh, is that going to mess up our screen? Like, we just run it on the side? Like in the
Can you turn your laptop sound up?
Do anything interesting here today? We shall find out, right? I mean, it should be an interesting day. Stay tuned. To say the least. Let's start here. You're on the air.
Hey, yeah, I was in the airport at JFK last night.
Yes.
And there were
Call. Everybody start calling.
We need people to call.
Yes.
Can I call? Am I not allowed to call yet?
Going
This lady's like 80 years old.
Yeah.
Isn't
No,
that,
you can call.
I mean, doesn't that say something special about
The whole
that
family. And it wasn't just the men, it was the women and the children.
that we're returning?
Absolutely. They were all getting on. I can't remember that. What
Now,
is it?
line's busy.
the Israeli.
Pat, we're jamming the phone lines.
I know that a lot of the
The soundboard's just lighting up right now
because of the concerns over obviously what's going on. So I don't know which it must be that airline that's
What's
flying
the
back.
PIN number? It's right
numbers down below. Numbers down below.
330-729.
I just can't remember right off it. But anyway, I was my brother.
330-729-9977.
After a couple of pictures, and because it was amazing.
Isn't that something though, where in countries you have people that leave to avoid serving their country, but in Israel you have people returning to go back?
I assumed that that's where the plane was going. I mean, they were, otherwise, I don't know where.
That's better.
They were in line.
Whatever you're doing sounds better.
That's because I'm.
And it was definitely getting on an LL.
Yeah.
So I assumed they were going back to Israel.
What is troubling is this Hamas calls for a global day of jihad. Have you heard this, gang? I don't know if you've heard this or not.
Yes.
Oh,
I heard that.
You've heard about this? I mean, this should be troubling to folks. Hamas calls for global day of jihad on Friday the 13th, which is tomorrow.
What?
And from what I read here, and you tell me if it's the same thing you've heard, they're basically calling on their
Hold on, I gotta look at
Rika living hell everywhere, all over the world. Is that how you take it?
That's what I say, and I have a.
You want the negative of religion? It's the Middle East.
Hey,
it is.
Pause yourself.
We're in the United States, but is that
That works.
are they safe here? I don't know.
Better?
It seems like it's just going to be a world day.
Everybody at home hear it?
Well, as I read these articles,
Good,
it's like they're actually calling on their organization to cause a living hell, if you will.
Yeah, please go down below.
How do I define it? Terrorism all over the world? Would that be a safe?
Yeah,
that's. I mean, when I read the article, I mean it's troubling. It's troubling. I don't know. Tomorrow should be an interesting day. You know, some of the stuff that I would pick up, where people were saying, well, they have kind of changed your plans for the 13th based on this, on this decree, if you will, from
people ruin everything.
Calls for this global day of jihad, that some people have changed their plans as far as if they had flights scheduled, they canceled them. Some folks that if they wouldn't be attending large gatherings or things along those lines because of concern.
If I were Jewish,
next caller. Next caller. Let's go, Ron Verb. Come on. Next caller.
I think it applies to more than if you're Jewish. So I think it applies to everybody.
I want to call, but I don't want to cut our people.
That's true, but I'm saying especially if you are obviously, if you go around wearing a yarmulke, if you are, let's say, Hadassah with the side curls and the long black coats and so on, I would certainly probably stay at home.
Yeah, and I mean, it just seems like.
I don't think
all right, dear. Thank you for your call. I mean, it just seems to me strange.
No idea.
I mean, that's what the headline. Have you heard about this? Hamas calls for global day of jihad.
They don't.
So that's tomorrow.
They don't.
Which translates into what are they calling for? Basically, to terrorism, to cause a lot of terroristic activities around the world. Appears to me that's what they're calling for.
Next caller.
For tomorrow the 13th.
Come on, Ron.
So consequently, as I said, I would pick up some feeds that some folks would be saying that they have changed their plans.
It's so boring.
From airline flights to if they're going to places with large gatherings and that out of concern for their own safety.
This is the other option.
Because of that call where people are concerned if somebody's going to have bombs or open fire, something along those lines. I mean, so some of this stuff potentially can escalate tomorrow. And we shall see. All right, onward we go. News Radio 570 WKBN, you're on the air.
Hey, Ron, thanks for taking my call.
You're welcome.
I'm the fellow you talk to occasionally on computers and things of that nature, and the fellow always tells you that I register as a Democrat because I work for Silicon Valley companies.
Yes.
I always vote conservative.
Yes.
Yeah, so I thought I'd just give some thoughts. It's going to be a great
intro. He's going to start right now about
the marijuana and abortion and some of the current events as well. And so when it comes to abortion, I'm opposed to it, and I used to be opposed to it because of my Catholic religion. And from a religious standpoint of view, I'm opposed to it.
I'm happy.
As I evolved in scientific knowledge as well, I just think that it's too dangerous to decide,
And everybody knows his phone number.
It's not human,
what is it?
right? So I actually, the more and more we look at, babies are having being able to be saved,
call now
when they're born preemie. At a very, very, very young age, it starts to make you sit there and say, "Wow, who should be the person who decides when it's time to?"
How is he supposed to know the difference?
This person will not have the opportunity to live, right? And so that's concerning to me. And there's also some biological advances that are taking place too. There are things that I personally do not approve of. But, the concept of the test tube baby, right? And
we need at least 3 people to call.
Evolving that is now evolving what the hell was that?
The second one will be like, what's going on? And the third one, he's going to
the companies are researching. It's at a very early stage, but it's at the point now where they can just take, a fertilized egg from a human, and at some point in the future, they'll just grow that in an artificial womb. And the intention is for people who,
next caller,
women who, for whatever reason, are infertile. And then there's also a big.
Am I really going to have to? You guys have to call in because
men who want to have babies that don't have wombs.
Station to get back at Ron Verb.
Kind of insane, but the reason I bring that up is because I just think that it's as a matter of science that nobody can sit there and say this embryo will never live because it's too young. I think it's at the point now where anything that is virtually viable, I think is, in my opinion, can be classified.
My wife actually gave birth out back in the
jacuzzi. Who want to turn their back on hearing things like that. And I was having a discussion with one of my friends who just happens to be a woman,
on the TV
and we have some pretty spirited discussions once in a while. And she's completely for abortion. I'm completely against it. And she says, "Well, what about a woman's right to choose and things that on and on and on?" And I told her, me trying to talk you out of that would be like if I went back 2,000 years ago and I tried to convince the Romans that crucifying people was inhumane, right? They just wouldn't buy it, And so it's definitely a divisive, issue.
I mean, it seems to me, though. I mean, if I had to guess, I would imagine the pro-abortion side will win on that particular issue. I get what you're saying. You're saying you're opposed to it initially from a religious standpoint, but also now you're opposed to it from a scientific standpoint. And I get what you're saying, but I do think that issue will be successful in that issue. And there's the argument that people make, it's to each their own, like no one's forcing you to do this, and it's an individual choice and option. It should be there for you. Kind of a libertarian stand, I guess, on it, even with the marijuana issue, right? When they're talking about legalizing recreational marijuana, I was reading where employers can still say, well, you got to pass a drug test. It's not going to be allowed in our workplace and this kind of stuff. But to a certain extent, even from a libertarian standpoint, if we pass recreational marijuana, it just means, if you choose to, fine. If you don't choose to, that's okay too. Like smoking cigarettes, right? I mean, we know the damage they do. And if you choose to do so, I guess that's your opportunity to do it. But
Republicans really have given up on
the same thing with marijuana.
Good to know.
And I'm half in and half out on marijuana, and I'll tell you why. Because first, in Ohio, it's already decriminalized, right? So if you get caught with a bunch of marijuana, nothing really happens to you anyhow. Okay. The other thing is that it is really easy to get a medical marijuana card in Ohio. Okay? I've got one. I actually went online, filled out the application for a medical marijuana card. I did that at 8:00 in the morning. I had a tele-appointment with a doctor.
Who are these people?
And he would have approved anything, by the way, absolutely anything. There's no question. If you even read the application, it says anything other.
He does not know. There's not a chance.
There is no way. There is no way.
And then I had my medical marijuana card by
So he's
like,
only,
I don't know.
are you saying that he's only
10:30, and I actually went out and purchased marijuana legally at a dispensary by 11 o'clock. Okay, that's how fast it can happen if you want it. So, you know, it's nice that you can have a doctor say, okay, well, you know, at least they kind of look at your medical history. I personally, you know, I've often thought about the medical marijuana, the marijuana thing. And then the other side of me says, okay, well, let's say we didn't legalize it, right?
He's like, hey, call me.
And if we don't legalize it, one of the things that always concerns me is
drag it out.
Not even drag it, but just
people buy marijuana from drug dealers, right? Okay. Yeah. And then you get into the issue where, you know, has the marijuana been tainted with something, you know, obviously other types of drugs and things like that, they, you know, that would make it, you know, more appealing or what have you, right? And the ultimate consumer doesn't know that.
Well, here's the reality, though. The system would like to legalize it because they want to make the money from taxing it. I mean, it's all. Yeah, believe me, all this stuff is the money. Stand by for a second. I'm going to come back to you. We'll come back to him in a minute. News Radio 570 WKBN. Ron Verb. Good afternoon. 322. Back in a bit.
You're making all the drug dealers that are selling harder stuff.
Hello, it's Morning Bob from your outdoor equipment superstores.
You have a choice when it comes to who supplies your home's electricity and natural gas. Choose Direct Energy. Enjoy simple, straightforward energy plans designed with you in mind. Find your plan today at directenergy.com/choice.
Good God.
Think identity theft won't happen to you? Think
Do you, Luke?
There's a new victim every 3 seconds in the U.S.
New victim every
Over 15 million this year alone, and many don't even know they're victims. LifeLock alerts you to identity threat.
I can you hear it right now?
No.
Okay, just talk. I can hear it.
Okay, you sound very like
what?
Like like you're yelling.
Yeah,
you're good. Don't touch it. You're fine.
Identity.
All right. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Yeah, but it came back for a second.
Them talking in the background?
I am talking on Ron Verb right now. Put it back, Luke.
Truth is, the left seems to find the votes they need against all odds. So you need to be prepared for whatever happens next. More power handed over to Biden and the Democrats could be catastrophic for this nation. So what are you doing to prepare yourself? Thousands of patriotic Americans decided to take a portion of their savings and diversify it with precious metals like gold and silver. You can do the same today with a simple phone call to the top-rated precious metals company, Goldco. Call 855-GOLD-IRA, and not only will you learn how other Americans are diversifying with precious metals, but you could get up to $10,000 in free silver while supplies last.
Please call in.
Don't miss this rare opportunity.
Please do.
Call Goldco today at 855-GOLD-IRA. That's 855-GOLD-IRA. Paid for by Goldco.
Introducing Uber Teen Accounts, an Uber account for your teen.
Is anybody on hold?
Always on enhanced safety features. Your teen can request a ride when you can't take them. You'll get real-time notifications along the way. Your teen can feel a sense of independence. You can follow their entire route on a live tracking map. Your teen will get assigned to the top-rate drivers.
Thank you.
You will get peace of mind. Add your teen to your Uber account today. Available in location. See app for details.
Hey, did you know Vistaprint prints everything a small business needs? Like a barbershop needs signage. We print outdoor signs, posters, and banners. Or if a ballet school needs merch. We print tote bags.
Make sure you mention the MLO BROS at the end.
Or if a coffee shop needs a total refresh. Vistaprint designs logos and menus, mugs, paper bags, anything. Because with Vistaprint, the printabilities are endless. Print it all with 25% off for new customers with code NEW25 at Vistaprint.com.
Hey, if you're thinking about getting the latest iPhone, check this out. With Boost Infinite, you get the latest iPhone every year and unlimited.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, but
iPhone 15 Pro that was just announced. Then again, next year, you get the latest iPhone every year. Boost Infinite, infinitely better. To learn more, visit boostinfinite.com. That's boostinfinite.com. Terms apply. After 30 gigabytes, service receive quiet with an acceptable trade every year. Requires credit qualification and 36-month phone financing agreement.
Trying to lower your bad cholesterol isn't easy.
I mean,
kale and spinach?
Okay, let's pick up the pace.
Remember to take your statin.
But today, It's possible to go from struggle to cholesterol success with Leqvio, proven to lower bad cholesterol with just 2 doses a year after 2 initial doses.
You got this.
So if you're ready for a change, ask your doctor about adding Leqvio.
Yeah.
Prescription Leqvio, inclisiran, is given by a doctor for people who, along with diet and a statin, need help lowering their bad cholesterol, LDL-C. Common side effects were injection site reaction, joint pain, and chest cold. Results may vary. Learn more at Leqvio.com or call 1-833-537-8462. Ask your doctor about twice yearly Leqvio.
Dude, you need to
That's
sell out.
Leqvio.
Just have like an hour of show and like 25 minutes.
Why did you get a medical marijuana card?
Yeah, it's a great question, Ron, because there's 2 reasons, actually. When I was in college, I smoked a lot of pot and I liked it. So I just thought, well, I'll get a medical marijuana card so it's legal. And then as I got older, I'm 59 years old, I wound up having a lot of knee pain and things of that nature, and wound up having a knee replacement.
No wonder why we get.
It did actually it helped me substantially. Like I didn't take much of the OxyContin that the doctor had prescribed, for
it's
my.
like the shallow
but I mean, when
same thing.
With the medical marijuana card,
so they turned to us.
can you buy
have 100 people watching
marijuana and smoke a joint and all that kind of stuff?
They DC'd me. They DC'd me.
No.
Well, yes, you can. So I'll just briefly answer your question. So,
call back.
I believe in Ohio it's illegal to smoke marijuana. Okay, but they sell it there. So whatever you do with it is up to you. Okay. I personally like gummies and things like that. But
is it expensive?
It's not really. I wouldn't say it's outrageously expensive. I guess it depends on how much you use and so forth. But I don't think it's any different than somebody, buying alcohol or
Right.
something of that nature.
So will you vote in favor of recreational marijuana on that issue?
Well, here's kind of the thing that a point I was going to make, Ron, and I struggle with this point because I think this would be the only reason why I would vote for it. Okay, is that if you take the regular supply chain right now for a lot of the marijuana, in Ohio comes from cartels and illegal, problems like that, right, being brought past the border. And so, I've always thought, well, if you're getting your marijuana from somebody on the street, odds are, you could be potentially funding terrorism. Okay. And so, and for that reason, that's bothersome to me. And then the other thing is when you buy marijuana illegally, like I mentioned, you don't know exactly what you're getting, right, product wise. And then furthermore, it's every drug dealer's job to push stronger and stronger drugs down the supply chain to the consumer, right? So if you have kids in school that are buying marijuana, things of that nature, you better believe there's a drug dealer down there who has higher aspirations from them than just being a kid that smokes pot, right? And so I don't think it's a bad idea, but I've seen it get out of control too. I used to work in Michigan a lot. They were one of the first states to legalize marijuana.
It's almost like
exactly what
nervous
it was a test.
He knows about it,
and
so
the reason they legalized marijuana in Michigan was to prop up the pension program for the police and the firefighters.
But you've seen it get out of control. In 5 seconds, tell me how it got out of control. Quickly.
They deliver marijuana to your house along with a pizza. You can order it online.
Another commercial.
Appreciate your call. Thank you. News Radio 570 WKBN and Ron Verb back with more after this.
Unbelievable. Who watches this crap?
You have a choice when it comes to who supplies your home's electricity and natural gas. Choose Direct Energy. Enjoy simple, straightforward energy plans designed with you in mind. Find your plan today at directenergy.com/choice.
It's a WKBN.
There are more identity threats than you realize. Even if you monitor your credit, only a little personal info needs to leak out, like your social security number or password.
For you to become a victim.
LifeLock alerts you to threats you could miss. If your identity is stolen, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions, But everyone can save up to 25% off their first year with promo code NEWS. Go to LifeLock.com.
The Fed has just declared war on Americans. They want us to be a cashless society using a digital dollar. That means no greenback or swap meets or garage sales, no tooth fairy or piggy banks, no rainy day savings, no extra quarters for the meter, no more selling extra items for cash, no buying anything with privacy. A digital dollar means your life may be dependent on the internet, electricity, and people you don't know, like, or trust. Every penny you spend, every penny you earn could all be tracked. So what can you do? For many Americans, they're turning back to the only money that survives civilizations, gold and silver. You can do the same with a simple phone call to the #1 rated precious metals company, Goldco. Call 855-GOLD-IRA and learn how Americans are diversifying their money today. Plus, you could get up to $10,000 in free silver while supplies last.
You're good.
Don't miss this rare opportunity. Call Goldco today at 855-GOLD-IRA. That's 855-GOLD-IRA. Paid for by Goldco.
Now, your chance to win $1,000. Enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bank. That's bank. Enter it now at 570WKBN.com.
Doesn't make any sense.
In a world gone
That's insanity.
crazy,
Doesn't make sense anymore.
there is clarity in conversation.
You are what I need to hear.
570 WKBN. 570 WKBN.
ABC News has learned the U.S. and Qatar have agreed to keep Iran from accessing $6 billion in Iranian oil revenues, part of last month's release of that, also in the prisoner exchange of Americans held in Iran.
Sources confirm the Deputy Treasury Secretary told House Democrats about the agreement today, saying the money, quote, isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Administration officials say while there's no direct evidence Iran played a role in the Hamas attacks in Israel, Iran has broad complicity because of its past support for the terror group. The White House said Thursday the $6 billion remains in a Qatari bank, but National Security spokesman John Kirby would not confirm the agreement.
Nothing's been accessed, and we have oversight. We have oversight over what can be accessed and for what purposes.
Karen Travers, ABC News, the White House.
More than 2,600 in all are confirmed dead in Israel and in Gaza. The focus also shifting to find the hostages being held in Gaza, including Americans. With continuing coverage, Israel at war. I'm Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
Our next update at 4. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, news, talk, and sports radio. Podcasts too. Download the app. Free never sounded so good. From the
Introducing Uber Teen Account, an Uber account for your teen with always-on enhanced safety features.
What's this one?
Your teen can request a ride when you can't take them. You'll get real-time notifications along the way. Your teen can feel a sense of independence. You can follow their entire route on a live tracking map. Your teen will get assigned the top-rated driver. You will get peace of mind. Add your teen to your Uber account today. Available in select locations. See app for details.
That's interesting.
In this week's Marketers Report, Chris Brand, Chief Marketing Officer at Chipotle Mexican Grill, weighs in on the power of
commercial?
We've used audio to reinforce what we're showing on TV, what we're showing on other digital channels. When your priority is driving reach, boy, everybody seems to listen to the radio.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, conversations, trusted influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Don't worry, I'm going to be here until 5.
Her daughter Jessie loves playing detective.
A
clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent. So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide cleans better than the leading competitive free detergent, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues.
Plus, Tide Free and Gentle has no dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on her skin.
If you get through those,
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
Running the ship.
Got it. I'll remove.
I can't hear anything now, Luke.
Oh, you can't?
No, you got rid of the iHeart stream.
Just as it has for thousands of years. Hi, Stephen K. Bannon. Urge you to do a central bank.
It's not playing. There you go.
Natural gas.
Okay.
Choose Direct Energy.
Is it live?
We make it easy for you to take control of your energy service so you can make the smartest decisions for your home and lifestyle. Choose from simple, straightforward energy plans designed with you in mind. Find your plan and switch today at directenergy.com/choice.
Vastly inflated currency doesn't have much life left. And when it finally dies, gold will be a bedrock of stability, just as it has for thousands of years. Hi, Stephen K. Bannon, and I urge you to do as central banks are doing. How? By diversifying your IRA or 401k into physical gold with Birch Gold Group. This will protect your savings from inflation, political instability, and economic crisis.
If he knows,
see how it works. Get a free info kit on gold IRAs by texting the word secure to 989898. Birch Gold is the only gold company I trust.
Rolling ads.
So text secure to the number 989898. That's secure to 989898. Get your free info kit on gold. There's no obligation or purchase required.
Hello? Hi, Ron. Ron, long-time caller, long-time listener. I was.
Like a long-time listener. How long have you been listening?
Oh, a while. I don't know, a little bit.
I mean, when you say a long time, would it be a half an hour, maybe an hour? You know, as a long
well, I've listened to your show before. I mean, it's been 30.
I can't hear anything.
Feelings a little bit when you say.
Hold on. I can't. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Oh my God, no. Luke is so frustrating when it comes to stuff like this. Hold on. I'm getting it.
Hello?
Yes.
Okay, here it is.
Hi, Ron. First-time caller, long-time listener.
You don't sound like a long-time listener. How long have you been listening?
A little while.
What's a while? I mean, when you say a long time, would it be a half an hour, maybe an hour? You know, as a long-time listener.
Well, I've listened to your show before.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, it kind of hurt my feelings a little bit when you say first-time caller, long-time listener. You know, I want to know if it's been 10 years or 5 years or 2 years. How long's it been?
It's been, I'm 44, so probably 10 years.
All right, 10 years. Okay, so you're 44. I got it. It's 10 years. All right, and then so now you're back listening. I mean, and I'm sure that you find listening to the broadcast much more interesting than any lame like podcasts or dumb stuff like that, right?
Ron,
yeah,
that's exactly why I'm calling.
It is. I'm shocked because you probably find you finally realized that you wanted to call and have your voice heard, and I'm glad that you finally called after 10 years at 44.
We have 100 people watching right now on our show. You should be thanking us for calling. You have 100 new listeners right now.
You know what? That is fantastic.
Somebody new.
I can use. I can use every single additional listener. I might get a big bonus as a result of this. Do I have to split it with you?
So, sir, you have a good day.
Thank you. Now, I don't have to. If I get a bonus, do I have to split it with you, or can I keep it all?
No, you keep it. I don't know. What do you make, by the way? We're talking about. You make a lot of money?
Is it ever enough?
Never, sir. Never, sir. Well, we look forward to the show.
All right. Well, I look forward to it, too. All right. News Radio 570 WKBN. You're on the air. Hello.
Yeah, I've been listening to you for more than 10 years, I think, almost every day.
That's not one of our years.
Yeah, you do these rates. I haven't agreed with you on everything. I went through your Obama page.
Okay, pull it up on yours again, Luke. So that's what I mean. Just mute yourself so we can keep listening. You left everybody.
Mute myself.
You can't?
Yeah.
All right, old timer. What's on your mind?
Man.
Yeah.
Come on. Out with it.
You left us hanging. We couldn't hear anything.
You couldn't?
No. When you put it on speaker, we couldn't hear anything.
All right, you got to get on with it, man. Come on. What is it?
Oh, my God. And you didn't say anything about the MLO Bros. You didn't give an air.
$70 million.
We were going.
It's okay, but you still have to say Tuesdays and Thursdays.
I knew,
right.
And he knew what was going on. He knew.
You should have said it. You are not, sir. You are not in. You are not getting in on the ticket.
I'm not in on the ticket. Somebody else has to call.
These
right,
animals.
You call right now.
We're killing babies and doing all these different things.
All right, now tie it all together. Make your point, please. You're getting on my nerves.
God, how is that guy?
Okay, I'm not trying to get on your nerves.
Well,
I'm very
fragile.
Vote no on issue one.
Okay.
He knew.
That was so weak. It was so weak. I was
Ohio,
sneak.
we're
Well,
better
all right.
people.
You guys call.
Than,
Somebody do better than me, everybody.
But
Let's see
if you read that,
come on.
Luke froze.
what
Luke
is
froze.
proposed,
All right, come on, let's go. Everybody freaking go.
He ate you. He chewed you up and he ate you for breakfast.
I'm waiting. Everybody do better.
And people need to read it before they vote.
All right. I'm with you. Listen, it more than likely it will be successful and pass because it seems to be a hot button issue. You know, here's the positive notes. I mean, if you're opposed to it, no one can force you to go out and get an abortion. There's other things on that issue besides abortion. Now, you should read it before you vote on it one way or the other, so you get a full understanding of what it's all about. More than likely, it will be successful in passing, and we shall see what happens at that point in time. I've never understood why tax dollars should fund anything with Planned Parenthood, period. They shouldn't fund any. That doesn't make a lick of sense to me. I don't think that's why you're paying taxes, is to fund Planned Parenthood. All right, old timer. Thanks for your call. You're on the air.
Yes. Hello?
Yes, I'm all ears.
Speaking of the Planned Parenthood issue, do you remember when Jameis Winston said "fuck her right in the pussy"?
Yes, yeah, I do remember that. I do remember that, and I was kind of intrigued by it. News Radio 570 WKBN. I mean, you know, what are you going to say? I mean, some people are happy about that. News Radio 570 WKBN. You're on the air. Hello. You're on the air.
Yeah. Calling in to talk to Ron.
Yes. What would you like to talk to Ron about today?
A little bit on the marijuana subject, actually.
All right. Let me just take a few notes before I put you on the air. Have you ever smoked marijuana?
I did as a kid.
All right. So as a kid now, did you stop smoking marijuana at some point, just so I can pass these notes along to Ron? Did you ever stop smoking?
Yes, I did. I don't currently, but I've had some tragic things happen in the family because of the progression of using simple drugs like marijuana.
Did you progress to other harder drugs? Should I put that down?
I did.
You did?
I had a family member.
Oh, okay. You did not, but a family member did, correct?
Yeah.
All right. And so you stopped smoking marijuana. What would you be for or against that issue? I want to make sure I put it on my screen here, my call screen.
I would be totally against it because it often progresses into other things.
So you're against, you would be totally against legalizing marijuana because what, basically nothing good comes from it? All right. And all right. Is there anything else you would like to express?
No, that's all I got. I just want to see his take kind of on that.
Well, he agrees with you 100%. I can tell you that. He agrees with you 100%. All right.
Are you Ron?
I'm Dan Rivers. I'm Dan Rivers. I'm screening Ron's calls today.
Screening Ron's calls. Okay. Is there any chance to talk to him?
That is Ron, Justin.
He's awful busy. You know, I normally there would be, but he went to the men's room.
John, Justice.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for your call. You're on the air. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, you're on the air. Go ahead.
I was calling in. Wanted basically your opinion and view on the solar farm, proposed solar farm going in.
Well, I find it odd that we'd put a solar farm anywhere around here because it's so damn cloudy around here. Don't you remember why that's why they say they put the arsenal in this area? It's because of how cloudy it is all the time.
Oh, I'm weak.
And I don't think we got a lot of sunny days, so I don't know how good solar panels would be around here as opposed to, let's say, a place called like the Sunshine State, like Florida. So it doesn't seem like it makes a whole lot of sense to me. Does it to you?
With the advances in solar technology, panels are making power, even at nighttime, you're still pulling, a few watts here or there.
Well,
oh, God.
It would be very insignificant. I mean, that you'd be pulling anything at night. I mean, obviously there's solar panels. You need the sun and you need an intense sun to really make them perform at their peak level. Would you not?
Come on, guys.
at their peak level, certainly. But if we can supplement, 20% of the load on the grid at this point, wouldn't that be beneficial? Get, less coal, less nuclear. Isn't that what everyone's kind of pushing for?
It is what everyone's kind of pushing for, but how reliable is it?
Come on.
For example, I don't know about you, like I have solar lights, and they don't work very good around here, even on a day like today when it's cloudy like this. They're very dim at night, so they don't draw a lot of power. So they usually say, let's say you want your power to work when you turn the switch on for your television or your heat or to run your furnace, and that reliability usually comes from coal, hydro, natural gas, or nuclear, because it's reliable. It doesn't rely on wind, because there could be might not be windy, or it might be a cloudy day, and it just doesn't generate enough power for you, reliable power for you. Take a look at Texas. Take a look at California. How's it worked out there?
Well, I'm not saying you're definitely going to get rid of coal by any means. I very much say that you're never going to get rid of petroleum completely. I personally have 2 diesel pickups that I would never in my lifetime expect to get rid of. But if you could use some solar power, with everyone wanting to turn to electric cars and electric lawnmowers and electric. Obviously, at what point are we just going to say, look, it might be more beneficial to have a 1.5 megawatt solar farm in this town as opposed to building another coal plant?
Well, we're not building another coal plant. We're building another power plant in Lordstown that runs on natural gas. That's we're actually closing down coal plants. Well, we're not. First Energy's closing them down, and they're converting them all over to natural gas. And as a result of that, they say the demand for natural gas will go up. And as a result of that, your natural gas bill will probably go up. I don't know how you heat, if you heat with natural gas or what you do, that your natural gas bill will more than likely go up. So I'm not opposed to it if they want to put up solar stuff and supplement the electric grid with that. I'm not opposed to the idea. I just don't think it's going to be reliable, just like windmills aren't reliable. And I need electricity to be reliable. Factories need it to be reliable. Hell yeah. You need to, if you have a computer, what about people that need reliability? Let's say they want to watch a podcast, not that anybody in their normal mind would watch a podcast, but let's say somebody would want to watch a podcast. Wouldn't you want electricity to be reliable so that you can make sure your computer stays on?
Well, yeah, the example the MLO Brothers podcast, that's actually what directed me here.
Or
I'm
maybe
to be 100% honest, but I do have some genuine questions, and I really am curious about the solar. I feel that I know I live rather close to the PA line here, and there's signs all over about people fighting to not have a solar farm. And I'm just, from what I can tell and the information I've gathered with looking at solar for my own personal use, I think it's a great alternative to help supplement some of our power. I consume more than a solar panel is going to do in my small yard.
The key word being supplement. I'm not opposed to supplementing anything with windmills or solar panels, but it can't replace the fossil fuels. It can't replace coal, natural gas, nuclear, or hydro. It just can't replace it for reliability. And that's they're in.
I definitely don't feel that it ever will. But I do agree. I think that adding it as a supplement is definitely the way to go.
All right. Thank you for your call. Appreciate it. News Radio 570 WKBN. You're on the air.
Hello, Ron.
Yes, sir.
Hey, how are you?
Good, sir. Thanks. I'm happy you called. Welcome to
you ever wonder why they go after Trump so hard?
Sir, every day I wonder that. It's hard. Believe it or not, sir, it's hard for me to sleep at night. I wonder it that much.
Just joining us right now.
It's called cutting off the head of the snake.
Calling Ron Verb.
Yeah, but see,
I'm waiting on hold. I'm a little bit ahead of you guys.
Trump is the head.
I can hear what they're talking about in the future.
Bad.
But
all I can tell you is I was a lot better off under Trump than I am under Biden.
Wayne said
that was Wayne. Yeah.
Yes, I do.
I haven't heard anybody actually say the whole thing, but it's interesting.
Yeah, well, I take a look at all I can tell you is that when it comes to Trump, when he was president, you had inflation at 1.2%.
But
you're paying less than $2 a gallon for gas. Okay. Your natural gas costs about $2.25 an MCF. So all of your utilities cost substantially less. You didn't have this inflation. And I don't believe many of the things that you see taking place would have even taken place if Trump was still in the White House. But that's speculation on my part. I'm just dealing with the reality of how my household was much better off when Trump was president than this idiot Biden.
I agree, but nothing will ever change until you get rid of the propaganda machine.
There you go, the mainstream media.
Yeah, that is it. That is, buddy, and you have to go after them. You got to start calling them out by name.
There you go. I'm with you. Thank you. News Radio 570 WKBN. You're on the air at 3:50 in the afternoon. Hello.
Hello. Is this Ron Verb?
Yes, sir. It is, and you're on the air.
Hey there, bud. It's Jimmy out here in Austin town, just calling about the medical marijuana.
Yeah, Jimmy. It sounds like hang on a second, Jimmy. You a long-time listener?
Yeah, I've been listening since I've been a kid.
All right, and it sounds to me, Jimmy,
calling about the medical marijuana.
All right, I want to know.
I think we've had it up here in Canada. It's great. And I think down there, you guys could use some to really chill out.
Yeah, it sounds like you're probably on it right now. Have you just done a dose of medical marijuana prior to your call?
No medical. No, I'm not gonna say anything.
Do you want? Let me ask you. Do you want me to play some psychedelic music during your call?
Man. I would love that. Sitting in the jacuzzi.
Some like you want me to put some Led Zeppelin on so that.
I love that. Hey, real reason I'm calling MLO Bros.
Yeah. What about him?
Oh, cut me off!
Why is everybody talking about the Smothers
Brothers?
Did he say the Smothers Brothers? I love Tommy and Dick.
You have a choice when it comes to who supplies your home's electricity and natural gas. Choose Direct Energy. Enjoy simple, straightforward energy plans designed with you in mind.
Oh my God, it's so funny.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we got to keep calling. We are going to keep trying to call him, okay, for the next hour. But most important thing, he knows who we are. He knows who we are.
We've proved our point, I think, right? More calls.
He totally cut me off though, because I said I wanted to talk about the MLO Bros live on Facebook Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8:30 p.m. He cut me off
because he doesn't want to do it. So somebody needs to. Here's what somebody has to call in, right? Start talking and then say it before he can.
Well, I think you got to take Wayne Greer's approach. So talk about something like you'd piss him off about solar because because he doesn't want that around here. So then in the middle of making a point, just say MLO Bros Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8:30 p.m.
Exactly.
Like that's what you got to do.
So we called. I'll call again, but again, he's going to know our number.
The thing is, he's tough. You got to talk over him. Like I had to talk over him because he kept trying to get me.
Yeah, he's trying to lead it.
He's very good. I'll give him credit. He's very good at like leading the conversation.
He's been doing this for like 30
years. Right. He would not let me get a point in.
Hey, Alex Baker has a new conspiracy theory, Isaac.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. We're helping him get more viewers at this point. We're helping him.
Wait, I think if it's into 5, you guys could talk to Beatrice about his dinghy. I would love to talk to Beatrice. Oh my God, is anybody on hold? Like, is anyone calling?
I kept the phone on. I hope. Here, go back to the.
Oh, here, you're on.
Yeah, I can't hear
Flings. Game Flings. My love had a name, but more importantly, it had a scent.
Fall in love with Gain Flings. Seriously good scent.
Try Gain Flings today with special savings at Family Dollar.
Welcome back to radio. We're going to be
in this week's Marketers Report. We'll learn about the value of local influencers in uncertain times. From Allison Griffin, head of marketing at State Farm.
The economy is tough for everyone, and taking a step back and understanding the pain that your customers are currently going through because of a tough environment is really important. We have 19,000 agents across the country. They understand what's going on in those very unique communities. iHeart has such a broad broadcast reach that is local, connected, and for us to be able to touch customers with a local feel but at a national scale is so efficient and important for us.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all, from national to local, every audience, live conversations, trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. not just a media company. iHeartMedia is your access company. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Yeah, he would not let me get a word in.
News Radio 570 WKBN 3:55 in the afternoon. A lot of interesting first-time callers today. Makes me concerned about this marijuana issue because I think some of them, like the last caller from Canada, I think he might have been using medical marijuana during his phone call. You're on the air. Hello.
Ronnie.
Yes.
Cousin Craig.
Yes. Cousin Craig, it's good to hear from you. Do you need some money, cuz?
No, I'm good friends with Cousin Vince. He gives me all my money.
Vince. Yeah, okay. Vince is a good man.
I kept my composure.
Oh, well, welcome, first-time caller. Where are you calling from? What area do you live in?
Well, I live in Austin town, but I'm at my campground, Timashimmy, out in West Salem with a fire going and my fishing pole in the pond.
All right, so you get your are you smoking dope or anything out there?
No, the only medical I use is Bud Light.
Well, you're not supposed to do Bud Light, don't you know? That's supposed to be a boycott. You're supposed to shift to Miller Lite.
I tried that. I couldn't go there.
Well, let me ask you. You're not sitting out there by the by the campfire cross dressing, are you, with that Bud Light? Are you?
No.
Are you sure?
He thinks it's one of our people.
Yeah. Believe me, I'm good there. Let me tell you how many people remember when you fell off your mother's roof and broke your leg?
Oh, yes, that happens. That happens about 37 years ago. Yep.
That is how long I have been listening.
We need somebody.
I remember that. Yeah, I vividly remember it. Yeah.
I'll go get my wife's phone.
I got one good one. I'm in the nitwit called Legally Speaking about the idiot that paid me $74,000 for my Chevelle.
Yes.
Yeah, look,
I remember that.
He's trying to figure out if he's one of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
and he wanted the money back. He bought it without looking at it. He wanted the money back, and you said, no, I'm not going to give you the money back. I'm with you 100% on that. I side with you.
I said MLO Bros. He shut me off.
Never came and looked at it. Just sent me the money.
Right, and then he was bitching once he saw the car that he wanted his money back.
The other thing too is I don't know if you can hear us while we're waiting on hold.
You never gave him his money back, right?
You can hear us while we're waiting on hold. You can hear I'm talking to you.
No, but that's what I wanted to know. How many people remember?
There's definitely a delay.
I don't even think you were married yet, were you?
No, I was not. I was not. I've been here almost 40 years.
Call.
And
you met your wife at the hospital.
Before you dial.
No, I didn't meet her at the hospital. No.
The problem is,
I met her old-fashioned way. I met her at a bar.
He'll know, and then if he knows, he's not going to take your call.
Private nurse.
She is now, but she wasn't then.
I just had a call and see how many people remembered that.
You got a good memory. You really do. I enjoyed talking to you, man. Enjoy your day out there at the campfire and switch over to Miller Lite.
I'll try.
All right. Give it. Whatever you do, there's a guy in Rock Creek that consumes Keystone Light. And
Danny, I forgot all about Danny.
Yeah, Keystone Light. He drinks that all the time. And maybe that's something you should sample.
Maybe I'll try that. I'll go up to Rock Creek and have one with him.
I think I'll go too. Thanks for your call. I do remember that. I just had been with the station probably less than 6 months or something. And I fell off a roof and had a compound, like Joe Theismann did on Monday Night Football. Had a compound fracture. It was my leg my bone sticking out of my leg. Luckily, it didn't catch an artery. Back with more in a minute.
Dude, it's amazing how long.
Yeah, just turn it on, but turn it down.
I will. Yeah, dude, it's brutal how many commercials he has. So for those of you, let's reset the pins real fast. For those of you watching from home, we've been doing this for about an hour and 15 minutes so far. We've had 4 callers. Me, Isaac, Justin got totally tricked by
he domed Justin.
Yeah.
He destroyed Justin. Because he knew that Justin didn't know.
Yep.
Who he was, and he read you, Justin. He read you like a book, brother.
Yes, yeah. So we need you guys to keep calling. MLO. Anybody who gets out the MLO Bros at 8:30 p.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays.
If you can get anything past the MLO Bros, like MLO Bros Live on Facebook, like look up the MLO Bros on Facebook. He's gonna, as soon as you say the MLO Bros, he's gonna ding you off. So.
So just we want to see that. I wonder if he's watching right now. Ron, are you watching during your commercial break? Are you watching?
He's like looking.
Ron, are you watching? Ron, are you watching?
Mr. Verb, if you're watching right now, please come on our show Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8:30 p.m. I'd love to have you. We can sit down in the studio. We can have a drink and talk about history. I really have been listening to you for a long time. My dad loved you growing up, and I remember arguing this once when I was like 11 or 12 because you said video games cause kids to go crazy, and I was a little kid that played video games all the time, and I thought you were wrong because I wasn't crazy. I mean, now I'm an adult calling your show and being crazy, but
I just want him to come on a show now. Like now at this point, I'm giving him credit. He's doing a good. I mean,
dude, he is doing a very good job,
and he knew it was coming.
Yeah,
he knew it was me.
See, he's got to give us the breakdown now. Like, how did he know?
I just want to know how he knew. Obviously somebody tipped him off because we've been
right.
We shouldn't have advertised it as much as we did, but I still think somebody would have.
We did a good job advertising, though.
We got 100 people almost at freaking 3:00 on a Thursday.
Man, I'd love to talk to him. Beatrice told him. Beatrice, our biggest fan. Luke, turn it on. Or do you want me to put it on mine?
Behind the party's nominee, several Republicans say they remain committed to him rather than Scalise. Tennessee Congressman Andy Ogles.
Not on the whip team, but I can count votes, and the votes aren't there for Steve.
Increasingly frustrated Republicans say Scalise may be running out of time. Stephen Portnoy, ABC News, Washington.
Law enforcement agencies across the country on high alert ahead of tomorrow's so-called Day of Rage protests against Israel for the siege in Gaza following Hamas attacks. You're listening to ABC News.
8:30 p.m.
45-year-old Farron McClendon and 28-year-old Janarvis Roberts both took plea deals, eliminating the trial in a case involving a woman being tortured and left on the east side of Youngstown back in September 2021. It happened at a home on Cambridge Avenue on the south side. Police were called to the 2000 block of Warwick Avenue on the east side for a severely injured woman asking for help. The woman told police she was kidnapped from the home on the south side, severely beaten, and dumped in the woods off Nelson Avenue in the Sharon Line area on the east side. Both men will be sentenced in November and are in the Mahoney County Jail. Tanisha Shelley has pleaded guilty to an amended indictment charging her with felonious assault from a September 2022 stabbing in the 8100 block of Addison Road in Majory. She was accused of stabbing a 35-year-old feral man in the chest after a fight. She'll undergo a pre-sentencing investigation. 3 people were able to get out safely after a neighbor alerted them to a fire. It happened yesterday at a home in the 2000 block of Cooper Street near Indianola Avenue. Officials say due to the fire, the house is not livable. The cause is under investigation. The Mahoney County Coroner's Office has identified the woman that died in a Poland house fire last month as 55-year-old Belinda Weil. Crews from at least 8 departments went to the scene. It happened in the 4100 block of Arrow Road in Poland. The fire remains under investigation by the fire marshal and Mahoney County Coroner's Office. The cause of death is also still under investigation. And early voting began yesterday with some state issues attracting most of the attention. Several people came out to vote specifically on a state constitutional amendment proposal on abortion rights, as well as a statewide issue to legalize recreational marijuana. The ballot includes a number of local tax issues and candidates for races, including township trustee and fiscal officer, village and council seats, spots on boards of education, and bond issues for schools. From the 570 WKBN newsroom, I'm Dave Price.
Our next update at 4:30. To follow us on Twitter, click the link on our site. You followed me. I feel all warm and fuzzy. Or search on Twitter, 570 WKBN.
You have a choice when it comes to who supplies your electricity and natural gas. Choose Direct Energy. We make it easy for you to take control of your energy service so you can make the smartest decisions for your home and lifestyle. Choose from simple, straightforward energy plans designed with you in mind. Find your plan today at directenergy.com/choice.
On October 1st, 2023, Joe Biden plans to raise taxes by $4.7 trillion. That's right, $4.7 trillion. If you don't plan for this now, your retirement savings may be at risk. This could wreak havoc on our economy. Learn how others are protecting themselves with gold and silver by calling the #1 rated precious metals company, Goldco, today at 855-GOLD-IRA. Right now, they're offering up to $10,000 in free silver while supplies last. Call Goldco at 855-GOLD-IRA. 855-GOLD-IRA. Paid for by Goldco.
Please,
Hey, did you know Vistaprint prints
Anybody
everything
who,
small business
anybody
needs?
who's watching too, I can control it from over here, Luke. Anybody who's watching from home, I proved Dad wrong today because Dad said we wouldn't get anybody to call in. He's like, I don't want you to get your hopes up. Nobody will call in because people always say they're going to do something, they never do it. And we had people come to our aid and help us. So
100%.
for the two people so far, we proved Fred wrong.
Teen accounts. An Uber account for your teen with always-on enhanced safety features. Your teen can request a ride when you can't take them. You'll get real-time notifications along the way. Your teen can feel a sense of independence. You can follow their entire route on a live tracking map. Your teen will get assigned the top-rated drivers.
Thank you.
You will get peace of mind. Add your teen to your Uber account today. Available in select locations. See app for details.
Pop all and do it.
On Heart of the Game, we're talking with some of the most successful families in sports to learn what's really making them tick. From staying healthy to fostering strong family bonds. We'll hear from athletes such as Kurt Warner on what lessons are being passed down to a new generation of athletes.
There is a level when we play that we feel we're invincible. You feel like it's not going to happen to you. But then anytime it does, whether it's you suffering an injury or teammates suffering a traumatic injury, that's what stops you.
Calls and apologizes.
He could.
I'm sorry for my children.
Right.
It's a part of the process to have to work through those things, and understand the risks that go into it and understand the rewards or the love for the sport.
Dad said he's trying to call right now. So
listen to Heart of the Game every Thursday on the iHeartRadio app.
You guys are failing.
Or wherever you get your podcasts.
Constantly busy.
You just gotta stay on hold.
Hit rebound.
Ron Verb. It's 4:06 in the afternoon. Don't touch that dial. More excitement coming your way.
Commercial.
I can assure you this hour, legal show from 5 to 6. Free legal advice. News Radio 570 WKBN.
Oh, nobody commercial.
Overcast. Cloudy, a little chilly, 58 degrees. Onward we go, and you're on the air. Hello.
Oh, yes, Ron.
Yes, sir.
You need to tell your cousin to stay away from the Bud Light.
That's
wrong.
It's a bumper right in the pussy and not him in the ass.
All right, I'll make sure I convey that to him, and thanks for that advice.
That was one of ours.
News Radio 570 WKBN. More than likely, though, he would already know that. It sounds like you would have more of an issue than he would on something like that, sir. So watch your vulgarity, okay? You're on the air.
Vulgarity. We're on the radio.
Hi. Lovely comment from the previous caller.
Oh, yes.
But it kind of ties into the point I wanted to make. You will have someone call and take a stand on something as ignorant as that and have no problem saying it. But then you'll have other callers like the woman who called about the people at the airport and, the day tomorrow, you should stay home and you should be careful and everything. Well, it didn't do any good for the families that stayed home Saturday morning. And the boy who's, I think pot's good and, it takes away the pain and that. We don't need dumb people or high people either. We need people willing to take a stand and speak their mind against the evil, because the evil is here and you can't drink it away, you can't smoke it away, and you sure as hell can't hide in your house anymore.
I don't think this is one of
So you're telling me, Sam, because I'm under the studio council here,
I think we're really starting to
you mean it's okay for me to come out now?
His usual listeners are really concerned.
I think you have to make a choice.
Okay.
You either take a stand and fight evil, or you hide and wait for it to come and find you.
All right, I'm I'm going to grow a pair. I'm coming out right now.
That lady is.
You've talked me. It's almost like you're a great coach. I'm coming out. I'm coming out from under the counter, and I'm going to prepare to sit back in a chair and broadcast as normal.
It's time for people to make a stand.
But that is. I'm not kidding you when it's like what they're talking about. They're saying. Hamas calls for global day of jihad on Friday the 13th.
That is terrifying.
And this is around the world, so that they're asking their followers, basically, I guess, to cause mayhem around the world. It's just something to be aware of. I'm sure you take places like New York City. I guarantee you they're on top alert, and other places as well, because you can't ignore that.
No, you can't ignore it, but you can't hide from it.
No, but you can certainly have to prepare for it. That's for sure. And I guarantee a lot of places are on high alert. I'm on high alert. Are you on high alert?
Oh, yeah. My head's been on a swivel for the past 6 months. I mean, you can feel it in the air.
I can tell. I'm on high alert right here, right now. Nothing's going to get by me.
Yeah, you are, Ron. Yeah, you are.
Right, dear. Thanks for the call. You're on the air.
You are.
Hey, they got some rallies set up around here, too. To let you know. Palestinian rallies, so. The one guy has old baby dolls, and he dumped some dark red dye in them.
Oh, right. It's, I mean, a lot of what's going on as far as Israel is concerned is troubling, because Egypt is saying that they contacted Israel 3 days before this happens, and I would like to know more about that. And something here just seems strange to me. So Egypt is saying they warned Israel 3 days before it happened. They got some of the best surveillance, the United States as well as Israel, in that area. So how did they get all of this equipment that they had to buy that cost substantial money to launch this attack, and just the brutality that's involved in it? I mean, there's a lot of questions that need answered.
Well, I want you to remember something. You know a little bit about history, right? So I'm going to go to Pearl Harbor. Okay, I heard Emmanuel talking, so I did some research.
The usuals.
And at the time when the war was going on, we had a split Congress. We had split attitudes in our country. Nobody wanted to go to war, and Hitler was getting bad, and moving on to other lands. So they had information on Pearl Harbor that Japan was going to bomb, and they let it go. That way, when Pearl Harbor got hit real bad and all those people were murdered and butchered and burned, and that was as horrible as Israel, in a sense.
Right, right. I have heard that over the years, that there was some degree of warning. Take a look at 9/11, where they say it was a communication problem between one agency and the other agency, when you had one of the agencies, was it the FBI, that was advised that you had these people in these flight schools that weren't interested in landing, only knowing how to fly a plane, and they were advised. And remember, they changed the rules so the FBI could talk to the CIA and all this kind of stuff. But there were warning signs that September 11th was going to take place too, if you remember that.
Let me finish about Pearl Harbor. So let me tell you something. If we didn't go into war at that time, I'll tell you what would have happened. Hitler would have ended up taking over Europe, and he would have built the V-2 rocket and then perfected the nuclear bomb. So, I mean, everything's for a reason, right? It would have given him plenty of time to do that, because the United States were not engaged at that time. You see? So you think about it. I thought about it.
Well, when it comes to the nuclear bomb, actually, the United States was assisted mainly in that because of a lot of the Jewish people that left because of how they were being slaughtered, if you will, by the Germans, and it benefited the United States. It benefited us in creating the nuclear weapon before. Let's be realistic, before these other countries that were working on it as well. If they had perfected it, if you will, first, you don't think Japan or Germany would have dropped it?
Germany was working on it with the V-2 rocket.
Right, but luckily,
the United States didn't engage.
You're going to have to trick them.
And keep them busy. Don't you think they would have perfected that? And
well, I think a large part is what they were doing to the Jewish people and how the people fled, and some of their great scientists fled that helped us make it to the finish line.
Good fun.
All right, David, thanks. You're on the air. Hello. Apparently not.
So,
yes, go ahead, sir. You're on the air.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that the MLO brothers on Facebook rock.
All right, so some type of swingers website or something like that for guys like you that they rock so much. I mean, is that a site where people like you go to exchange? Interested in other swingers or something along those lines, sir? I mean, you can talk to me. I'm here to listen to your perversions. I mean, I'm ready. Go ahead.
Say it. Say the whole thing.
Go ahead.
Say the whole thing. You got it.
You made the statement that they don't have followers.
You're on the air. Hello.
Hey, Big Ron, how you doing today?
Good, sir. Thank you.
So, first I wanted to tell you why I think Biden's the best president we ever had.
Well, sir, it's my observation, just in listening to you. Are you sure you're not high on marijuana? You sound like you could be high.
Listen, I can't keep a straight face on that. I was just trying to bust your chops.
I know, but it sounds to me like he's an idiot. Okay, because otherwise, I'm suspicious that you might be smoking dope. Or you're not smoking dope in Colin, are you?
I'm not smoking dope at the moment, but
will you be later?
Talk about the situation.
Will you be later? Do you think?
That woman, that earlier caller, she kind of ticked me off a little bit.
Why's that, sir?
Well,
you got cut off.
All right, so I've been in some really bad accidents. I was clinically dead twice.
Who was that?
Did you see the white light? Did you see the white light?
That Rob or Justin?
Sir, I did not. And I'm not joking. Like, I got buried alive.
Really?
Yeah, it took 10 hours to dig me out.
Did they embalm? Now, hang on a second. When did they embalm you at the same time and then bury you alive?
Oh, it was Justin.
No, I'm dead serious. I was in a construction accident. I was in a 10-foot trench, and there was a landslide.
Okay.
And all this mud came on top of me.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was in some pretty bad accidents.
Totally went back on.
I am for the legalization of marijuana. I do have a medical marijuana card, and it's so expensive. It's like $250 a year to have your medical marijuana card, and then you go to a dispensary. You pay almost $100 and you get almost nothing. On the street, you can get for $100. You can get almost an ounce. I do have severe pain, horrible arthritis. I have two crushed discs in my lower back. My arms were pulled out of their sockets. So that woman never had pain. She doesn't really know what she's talking about, and it's not evil. It really does help with my pain.
You gotta ask that lady, why is marijuana evil? Why is it evil? Tell me why it's evil.
I agree.
Yeah,
why is it evil? Tell me why.
No, I'm just I'm asking. You've described a lot of things, and I was just curious if you ever had one of those.
They told you.
I've had an ingrown. Actually, I've had 3 operations on my foot, and
now I got to ask a follow-up question. All of this stuff that you said sounds very painful. But have you ever had kidney stones?
No, I've never had kidney stones.
No, it's the most painful thing you could ever have. I've never had them, but everyone who's had them said it's the most miserable pain you'll ever have.
No, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well, you were buried alive.
He doesn't agree with you, huh?
Boom crane to get me out. So
and we
maybe
can
they
call
don't know what they're talking about.
We can call
I was in critical for 6 months, so I don't know if passing a kidney stone compares to that.
Well, I'm going to have to. I will ask people who've had kidney stones what they think, because everybody that I know that's ever had kidney stones says it's the worst pain you can ever have. It's that miserable. Seriously.
Well, I don't know, man. I guess it's all in what you know, or what you don't know. But I am for the legalization of marijuana. I know it helps me with my pain, and you can make jokes all you want, but I'm for it.
All right, thank you. You're on the air. Hello.
Am I on the air, man?
Yeah. You say, wait a minute. Just calm down. Just calm down.
Yeah. What's up? Did you call me? What's up, Ron? I agree with the gentleman that you should legalize it because it helps people with stomach issues and some other things. And
now, have you ever smoked marijuana? Yes or no?
Me?
Yes.
Every day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, seriously. No, I'm being serious. Yes, I am.
Now, is it first thing in the morning, or when do you smoke? I'm turning into my father because he never called it marijuana. He always called it dope. When do you smoke dope?
It's called weed, man. Get with it,
the devil's lettuce. Yeah, the devil's lettuce. When
weed, herb,
when do you smoke it? When do you smoke it?
I smoke it mostly in the morning, when I don't have any responsibility with my son or anything like that, and when he's either at school or whatever. So that's when I indulge, because it's in the mornings when, like the gentleman that just called and has his pain. I got hit with a tow bar out on the runway many years ago, and we all have the pain, but it does help, and it does help with. If you have to take medication like I do, and many of your listeners do a lot, it kind of helps with stomach issues, and it does help people with sleep problems. And I'm not suggesting that, you do it all the time, but the gummies and that kind of stuff does help because you're not damaging your lungs,
Now, do you buy it on the street, or do you grow it, or how do you get it?
It's 100% better. Especially if it's edible.
No, I don't grow it because I'm not going to get my matter what it is. But I've known a guy for about 20 years, and he's a family man too, and your kidneys and your liver a little bit more.
Right.
And
it's not nearly as bad as
and get together with him. And I'm an old man to a large degree. I'm not going to I don't go around and. On the street corners or nothing. That's pretty set up. But.
Now, does he sell it to you in a baggie? Does he give it to you in a baggie?
Yeah.
All right.
It's usually,
All right, and
you got to wrap it up tight sometimes.
And if you legalize it,
you get out of the vehicle. The vehicle will smell.
You don't have to
I've most got a couple times with my wife.
And how much does it cost?
You have a dealer where you get
a lot cheaper than going through the dispensary. It. You're looking at like a, eighth of an ounce. You're looking at, $30 or something like that. And like an ounce will be $100 $100. But
terribly expensive.
If you're doing it just to help you with your sleep or with some pain, that'll last one person quite a bit. Not unless you're, you're just stoned out of your gourd and you're just watching TV all day. And I don't do that.
Now, do you play psychedelic acid rock music when you're smoking it?
Yeah, a little Pink Floyd and actually for me, Ron, when I do, I become a little bit more artistic, but I'll be more interested in doing things. I cut the grass when I'm doing it.
Come on, Ron, next caller.
A little bit more tolerable, but for certain people,
only got 42 more minutes.
It doesn't really lead to other things, not unless you already have an addiction.
Stand by. Hang on. News Radio 570 WKBN and Ron Verb. Good afternoon. We'll be back right after this.
Commercial. All right, Isaac. So, what do you think so far?
Oh, it's been great. I think we haven't. So he's only taken so many calls, and we've had 5 of them. You know what I mean? We've had like 4 or 5. He's taken 7 calls, and we've had 5 of them. If that's not enough, I don't know what is.
Yeah,
but 2 of them were us. So then you're 3 of ours, 2 of his normal people, or 3 of his normal people. So
4.
8 calls.
It's just I can't get over the amount of commercials they have.
Yeah, it's wild.
We need to start running commercials all the time in our show. I mean,
The problem is we're getting to the point where we have 72 people watching. We've had 100 people watching. Getting to the point where you need commercials, but like you don't want to kill your show, so you can't over commercial.
I can't believe people watch this or listen to this. It's all commercials.
Right. It's crazy.
I mean, he probably talks. So we've watched for an hour and a half. He has probably talked for 15 minutes. Is that fair?
Right. And taking calls for 15 minutes, probably.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy.
Right. And it would be way easier. It would be way easier to plan a show if you knew you have all these commercials. You only got to talk for 20 minutes. You only got to get 7 calls, 8 calls.
Damn.
And then you can ramble a bit about your own stuff if nobody calls in, and you're good.
He insults our show. He doesn't have to do anything.
Right.
You have to plan for an hour just talking.
Right. We've been entertaining for an hour and a half.
Yeah, I mean, seriously. We've talked more during his show about than he ever has.
Right.
We just put in more work right now. It's crazy.
Right.
See where he's at. Unbelievable. I'm gonna go till 5. I kind of want to try and call
Natural gas. Choose
We
direct
tried
energy.
Beatrice.
We should call
easy for you
Beatrice
to take control of
and
your
ask
energy
him
service so you
if
can
it's
make the
illegal
smartest
to
decisions for your home and
antagonize a radio
lifestyle.
show host.
Choose from simple, straightforward energy plans designed with you in mind. Find your plan
real
and switch
quick
today at
Can you
directenergy.com/choice.
in a court of law
First of all,
a
the
attorney
cider and donuts
and
and deli here in
radio
our
show
market.
host? Is it
All happening at White House Fruit Farm in Canfield.
The iHeartRadio app and the NFL right in your
that's-
pocket.
that's-
The home of the NFL Podcast Network, covering all 32 NFL teams, plus all the expert advice to win your fantasy league. And, of course, live NFL games. Download the free iHeartRadio app today. Free never sounded so good.
Hey, Ron, I'm going to go talk with Scott Jones out at Youngstown Propane. Scott, those folks that heat with propane, they might want to consider talking to you right now. Good time of the year to discuss filling up.
Yeah, we actually have a pre-buy situation at right now, and it just started a couple of weeks ago. We actually send a letter out to all our current customers, but it's available to anybody. If you hear about it, we can get a letter out to you. And what it does is locks in the price, so you don't play the roller coaster game as far as the price of gas through the course of the winter. And we do a big job with home heating and excellent service, and we cover basically all of Northeast Ohio and quite a bit of Western Pennsylvania as well.
Rest assured you'll be warm and comfortable this winter. How do we get a hold of you at Youngstown Propane, Scott?
We are at 330-792-6571, and of course you can call and ask about all our propane pricing and what we have in store for the coming.
Yeah, and I suggest you do that. That's Scott Jones out at Youngstown Propane. Give him a call and get before it gets prices could go up. All right, JJ smokes dope once a day, usually in the morning to mellow his day out. And you've been doing it for how many years?
Well, on and off. There was a couple times I had to quit because I worked around.
But roughly.
But ever since I was like 17, you know.
All right, now explain this to me.
I don't do anything else.
Right. Now explain this to me. Supposedly, if you're smoking marijuana, you start craving food, and you're rail thin. So when you're done smoking, you're not eating ho-hos or anything.
Cinnamon rolls and donuts. Donuts are my thing. I I love to make milkshakes because that puts some weight on me. I actually you haven't seen me in a while. I gained some weight in that, but it's but I have a high metabolism, Ron. That's my excuse.
All right,
yeah,
so
you get the munchies, sure.
So you're here to say, listen, it's you're going to vote in support of legalizing recreational marijuana, right?
In and out, Sue.
Yes, but I have.
We'll play this
there's got to be
tonight.
There's got to be heavy.
And
if you're found in school with it, or you're out driving around, that's not excuse. There's no excuse to that. You should be, charged. With the just like a DUI because you really can't. There's got to be rules.
We're waiting to see if Dad calls.
Pardon me?
Yeah, naturally there has to be, but
it really does, because if it is, people
Next call.
generally
Come on, Ron.
and try
Next
to take
call.
advantage of it and start walking down the street with it and say it's my right to do that, and that you can't. If you're having it in your own home and you're not hurting anybody, then. And if it does relieve some pain and it helps you, maybe as a coping mechanism too, I don't suggest that for that, but I don't drink or anything like that, and it seems to. It's always helped me as far as
I don't think
now you're probably Mary and Adam are going, that's his problem. That's what his problem is. He's high all the time. But yeah, I keep it. I keep it in the garage. I don't get it. It doesn't go near my son. I don't.
Right. I understand. All right. Thanks, JJ. Appreciate your honesty. Back with more calls in a minute. News Radio 570 WKBN. Well, the things you learn here this afternoon. Legal show at 5. Back with more calls after this.
All right, more calls.
Ronald Reagan took this.
Dude, I cannot believe the amount of commercials.
It's
yeah, that's a good one. I don't know if that's true or not. You guys are nursing home in Northeast Ohio listening to him right now.
I wonder if he can keep track like we can of how many people are listening.
I don't think it.
As well as how many. So if people keep getting a busy call, it means that all his lines are tied up. How many lines does he have?
2 or 3, 4.
I don't know. So that sucks because it means if me and you were both on the line and there are 2 of his regulars, like you just got to keep calling until one opens up.
You got if you get on hold, just stay on hold. You'll get through. That's the trick. Just keep calling until you're on hold. But I'm just amazed at. Yeah, once I threw out facts.
Luke, you went with this stupid tough guy approach, and you said you should be thanking us. Like, come on, man.
I didn't know.
Say the line.
I had to
Say
call
the line.
I had to pave a way for you people to see if he knew or not, and he freaking knew. What do you want me to do? Isaac, the real Farkas on YouTube said that you guys should take an ad out on his show. We should do an ad on his show.
Oh my God, dude!
That is
I wonder how much that costs. That's a genius idea. So we take an ad out on his show, and that way he's forced. That way it's forced airtime.
Make him read it and make him say, when I listen to podcasts, I listen to the MLO.
Yes, and we make him say it.
I don't know how much that costs, but I'm going to pay for it.
Oh my God, dude! It can't be that expensive, right?
I don't think so.
Dude, that is fantastic.
Dude, I got through when I called. You just got to keep it was busy, and then I just kept hitting call. Dude, are you ready to call and ask him? Hey, I was wondering how much does it cost to advertise on your show?
On your show, yeah, I'd love to put it in an ad.
Right,
and then say, I'd love to put it in an ad for the MLO Bros, which you can find on Facebook Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8:30 p.m.
All right, cool. Hey, Ron.
Here, turn it on so I can hear. Don't mute. I'll mute you. Okay. Don't touch anything. When you get him,
I'll music, news, talk, and sports radio. Podcast too.
Download the app.
Free. Never sounded so good.
Looks like the 2024 election is closer than you think. Many are thinking the Republicans have it in the bag given the state of our country today. But look at what happened in the midterms. The red wave turned into a red trickle. The unfortunate truth is the left seems to find the votes they need against all odds. So you need to be prepared for whatever happens next. More power handed over to Biden and the Democrats could be catastrophic for this nation. So what are you doing to prepare yourself? Thousands of patriotic Americans decided to take a portion of their savings and diversify with precious metals like gold and silver. You can do the same today with a simple phone call to the top-rated precious metals company, Goldco. Call 855-GOLD-IRA, and not only will you learn how other Americans are diversifying with precious metals, but you could get up to $10,000 in free silver while supplies last. Don't miss this rare opportunity. Call Goldco today at 855-GOLD-IRA. That's 855-GOLD-IRA. Paid for by Goldco.
Introducing
I would love to actually have
a routine with always-on enhanced safety features. Your team can request a ride when you can't take them. You'll get real-time notifications along the way. Your team can feel a sense of independence. You can follow their entire route on a live tracking map. Your team will get assigned the top-rated drivers.
Thank you.
You will get peace of mind. Add your team to your Uber account today. Available in select locations. See app for details.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Kate Cronin, Chief Brand Officer of Moderna, tells us about the advantages of the speed of audio production affords their growing tech company.
At Moderna, we have a mindset saying that we pivot fearlessly. And I think with audio, you can pivot fearlessly. You can go where the news is
I understand why they
bring in content that perhaps you didn't have a few weeks earlier. It's less 6 months in advance or 3 months in advance than you do on BBC. You're able to create really nimble content, which I think in this day and age, and particularly at Moderna, where we have new information coming out on a regular basis, being able to feed that information to the audio format makes being nimble and pivoting easy.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to all, from national to local. Every audience, live conversations,
and then
trusted influencers, and the insights and data you need to grow. Not just a media company, iHeartMedia is your access company. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
We bought big, you'll save big during our 103rd anniversary at Levin. Save over $600 on our luxury resort mattress, now $697, and get your box spring and pillows free. Save up to $900 on every Beauty Rest Harmony Luxe mattress. Save big on Purple and Tempur-Pedic too. And that's not all. Get free delivery, 5-year no money down special financing, and a chance at free gas and groceries for a year. Hurry to Levin Furniture and Levin Mattress.
Camps keeps you on top of pop culture.
Despite Heartstopper being such a hit for Netflix, the graphic novels that it's based on are now facing bans. The latest report comes from the Urbandale Community School District outside of Des Moines, Iowa, where state laws mandating censorship or removal of any literature that some may find objectionable took effect on July 1st. Along with Heartstopper, the district has targeted nearly 400 books, including classics A Farewell to Arms, 1984, The Handmaid's Tale, and the last Twilight novel, Breaking Dawn. The district admits that they cast a wide net to protect teachers and staff from retribution, seemingly confirming critics' charges that the laws are overly broad, with the state legislators specifically stating that they were passed for political headlines instead of students' best interest. Unlike in the countries that censored or banned the Barbie movie on similar grounds, the banned books will still be available in most bookstores and online. And, of course, both seasons of Heartstopper are streaming on Netflix.
All right. And that's what's popping.
I'm Camps on iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio Did You Know? Presented by iHeartRadio. You know, what you're listening to right now. Did you know that iHeartRadio not only lets you listen to all your favorite AM/FM stations locally and nationwide for free, but iHeartRadio also has a team of people who are as passionate about music as you, working round the clock to hand curate playlists perfect for any mood or activity. We know the right soundtrack can help set the mood, change your mood, or enhance any activity. And that's why we have thousands of playlists tuned to fit any situation. The best part, you can listen to all your playlists for free. Tap the playlist tab in the iHeartRadio app and explore playlists to help you get in the zone while working out or chill when it's time to wind down. Playlists for a party, sleeping, cooking, gaming, or road tripping. Playlists curated with the best hits from every decade and playlists with the biggest hits from every genre. Tap the playlist tab and discover all the playlists available to you free from iHeartRadio. Number one for music, radio, and podcasting. All in one app.
iHeartRadio. Amanda, you got to go to our Facebook page because we might be local,
from News Radio
you might be watching us from a local
36 in the afternoon, taking your calls till 5. Legal Show 5 to 6 with you till 7. Then we're back with open lines from 6 to 7. Hannity at 7. It's a lot to keep track of. News Radio 570 WKBN and your fearless leader, Ron Verb, here this afternoon. And let's get back to the action. You're on the air. Hello.
Come on.
Hello, Ron. How are you today?
Oh, Dad!
Yes, sir. How about you?
Well, I've had kidney stones, and it's very, very painful. But it's not as painful as the two MLO bros who are related to me. I have had to put up with them for 45 years.
That must be it must be very difficult for you, sir. What is your relationship with these people you mentioned?
The Smothers Brothers are my sons.
They are your sons, and
yes.
and what can you tell me about your sons? How old are your sons?
One's 45 and the other one's 30.
29.
And
I am 29, sir.
Actually, they've been influenced by me too much. I apologize because the one that called you earlier to pretend that he was from Canada actually had to listen to you through the years because I had you on the radio and he would complain and whine. And here he is years later, 30 years old, and he's listening to you.
So you feel as though as a father you've influenced him greatly in the right direction, then, right?
I don't know about the right direction.
I mean, would you describe your offspring as conservatives or liberal? How would you define their politics?
Middle. They're kind of like their father. Conservative on economics and kind of liberal on certain social things.
It's fair.
Like what type of social? Say they'd be liberal on, like.
Well, they would be liberal. I'm a good friend with another very often caller of yours, and he he's a pharmacist, and we both agree that people need help, but it goes overboard. And he's given you stories of his, and that's the same thing with these two. They're both very conservative financially, but from a helping people out. They've donated a lot of money to a lot of different organizations through their stupid podcast, and at times it's stupid.
Mm-hmm. But you've raised them so that they give to charity.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They have given to charity very often. They gave in coordination with Mike Ruley. They gave out free turkeys one year. They've done the program at the Poland to raise money for the schools. They're very charitable, just like I am.
All right, so yeah, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, is what you're saying. So I
agree with that, and I'm happy that it has. And that at times they can be jerks, but I've listened to you over 38 years, and I remember you coming out very liberal, and that now you've kind of switched. Okay, and you're at times a jerk too, but I still like listening to you.
Now your voice, yeah, right. I think I've talked to you over the years on the air. Your voice sounds familiar to me. I mean, I think we've talked numerous times, have we not?
Oh yeah, quite a few over the 38 years you've been there. I'm in an age bracket that I even had. You admired probably one of the greatest talk hosts, and that's Dan Ryan when he was there. I don't think you can listen to anybody that was better than him.
Oh no, absolutely. He would. We had a great relationship when he was with us. I mean, it was really. It was really phenomenal. Now did your sons go to college? Did they pursue a career?
Yes, both of them. Both of them went to college.
Youngstown State,
to Westminster, and the younger one. Well, the younger one kind of follows your belief, because he said he had the ability to go to Youngstown State and not pay. Instead of going away, he went to Youngstown State. I agreed to pay for his room and board because I wanted him out of the house.
I bet you did.
His mother and I both. It's an experience. You know that,
right? So you're saying. So naturally, I always say, "Hey, listen, Youngstown State's a good university. All of my children are all adults now. They all went to Youngstown State." And that was their only choice. You've heard me say it before. It was like, if you want to be a veterinarian, that's a different story, or you want to pursue something that wasn't there. But you can get a fine education at Youngstown State. I would always make the argument it's affordable. You can live at home, and you're going to graduate. You're not going to have a big college debt hanging over your head. So one of them made a wise decision. One of them went to Youngstown State, and what did he get a degree in?
Business
administration, I believe, sub in finance.
And the one that went to Westminster, what did he get a degree in? Playtime. Okay, so
no, actually, he got it in communications.
All right.
And when he crossed that, I could tell you a great story about him. But when he crossed the stage, I was in the front row of graduation, and I cheered. Thank God.
Yeah, never thought you would see that day. So now, when they got out of college, did they get a real job to have an income and make a living?
We're loan officers. Tell them loan officers.
One went on a cruise ship for 2 years.
Loan officers. We're loan officers.
I remember when I dropped him off, and years later, I dropped him off at the airport. He had no idea what was coming.
Loan officers.
It's like going in the military, like I did. He got off. He told me years later. He stepped out of the car and he went, "Oh my God, what am I doing? I know nobody. I'm going across the world. I have no idea what's happening." So I was very proud of him.
And what did he work on a cruise ship? I mean, he went like a Royal Caribbean or something?
Yeah, he was. He was on a Holland, and he was the assistant cruise director.
All right, and so did that for a couple of years, and then what did he do after that?
He came back and worked in finance, and still is in working with money. Both of them work with money in their real life.
Okay, so it's like financial guys or bankers or something like that.
Yeah.
All right.
Their abbreviation stands for the mortgage loan officers. That's their real name.
Oh, okay. So
let's go.
So they do that kind of stuff, and so they went into the world of banking. And would you say that they turned out to be good kids, good adults.
Absolutely.
And now
absolutely. Both of them are very. I'll give you an example of the other one since I gave you the example of the one. He called me up one day when he was at YSU and said to me, because we went on a lot of trips, he said to me Dad, I'm really happy now that you took me on all these voyages because we got to go a lot of a reduced rate because of the one son. And because of that, he called me up and said, thank you, because I'm sitting in class. I sat in history class, and these kids did not know what Versailles was. And this is at YSU.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah. So
it comes back. I think, you've talked about your kids over the years, and I think you've done an excellent job.
Well, you know what? I mean, you do the best in all seriousness, father to father. You do the best job you can do, and I'm proud of each and every one of them. I mean, I'm really proud of them. I'm certainly,
Luke, I guess we're taking
one
our
son
dad
is,
as a random
if you heard the commercials, running for
Seriously,
trustee.
Ruby?
But he was when he made that decision, he
Good
says
job.
to me,
Good
Dad,
job,
I don't like any
Good
of these
job,
people
Dad.
that are running, and
He beat everybody.
and I think I could do a much better job, and they don't have a stand or issue on any issues or talk about what they're going to do to make things better. And I just was at that minute as a father, as you would know, I was just damn proud. Just as I was proud with
take back the
Matthew, who went into the military for 15 years, as I was proud of him at that time. And it was a difficult time.
Well, both of these guys, they have my sense of humor, and they'll deny it, but they have my sense of humor. But they're also very serious and very dedicated.
Well,
I have to give them credit.
Then that's a success. Now, were you able to marry him off?
Oh, thank God! You know what I did wrong with every one of their spouses? I took them to the side and I said to them, each one before they got married, I said, I'm telling you, you have a decision to make. Once you make this decision, they're yours. I don't want them back.
Yeah, and you know what you wish for your kids, because I have two daughters as well, and for both.
I do too. I have two daughters also.
Right, and the thing you want is you really want them to find a person in life and stay married to that person. And I mean, find your connection, stay, live up to that commitment.
We gotta get the tickets.
Have some children, and that's really the most rewarding part of life. I mean,
the one who went to Youngstown State has a friend, and it was the funniest experience because I dropped him off at Youngstown State, and across the hall was a young gentleman from Africa, who's an African American, and I went over and said, "How are you doing?" Blah blah blah. And made my son come over and introduced them, and they are now good friends and have been for quite a few years. And that's what that's what makes you proud when you have children that are able. As my one son very recently said to me, we have an international family because we also have a Venezuelan in our family. So we have an international family. Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like like you did a really good job. You have a lot to be proud of. You really do. If you can raise kids that you can make a living, found the right person.
Now he thinks we're nice.
Ultimately,
come on the
whether they agree or disagree with my politics or your politics, that they're involved in politics, and trying to make. Get their voices heard. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well,
that's everything. That's what makes America great. In all reality, we need more people that are informed and care.
I'm proud of your son because I was involved in politics, and you too. What your son is what most Americans don't have the testicles or the backbone to do. So you should be proud.
I am proud. It's an uphill battle, obviously, but I'm extremely proud of him, and I'm extremely proud of my daughters as well. I have a daughter that's an engineer, another daughter that's down in Florida with a good job.
I got to give him the ticket.
And we had an older son that was in the military. But
I haven't showered yet.
life is interesting as we go through it. It's very interesting.
And you made a second great choice on that second wife, marrying a nurse, because that's what I'm married to.
Well, that's my first wife, not my second wife.
Oh, damn.
That's my, you know what I say to you, my friend? That's my first and only wife. I
agree with you.
I will tell you that. Well, it's nice hearing your voice again. And, it sounds to me like you tell those troublemakers I'm keeping my eye on them. You hear?
Let's go!
Okay, keep it on. They are troublemakers. I'll give you that.
All right. Appreciate it. Thanks, Dad. News Radio 570 WKBN. Enjoyed that. You're on the air. Hello.
Hey, your previous caller seemed like a really nice guy, but he's a little confused.
No, sir. He's not confused.
No. When he said his kids were fiscally conservative, but socially liberal because they donate money. Conservatives are the ones that donate money. If you look at every state across the nation, you look at the states that contribute the most money, it's the red states, not the blue states. If you remember Bill Clinton, he actually took a deduction for donating his underwear.
Yeah, but who hasn't done that?
Hour every day or every Wednesday.
Let's see. I don't know, Ron. Who wouldn't donate or who wouldn't take a claim for that?
Right. I mean, it reaches a point where the elastic kind of stretches out, and you can only get washed and cleaned so many times, so you might as well donate them, right?
That's right. Take that right off. Absolutely. No, but seriously, liberals believe in giving other people money.
Us.
Right.
So, Rob Peter and Dave Hall, it's the conservatives that actually donate the most.
You sound like an intelligent man, and I think your statement is greatly in depth.
Dad to defend us.
Thanks, Ron.
Thank you. You're on the air. Apparently not. You're on the air.
Come on.
Bill Clinton, nice young man.
You're on the air.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead, please.
The Milo brothers wants to interview you. Will you accept that invitation?
Yes!
Want to interview me?
Yeah, we have a podcast.
Yeah, they do on their show.
Well, I don't know. I'd have to, I usually, I don't like to do anything further than what I do right here, because by the time this is done, I'm done talking for the day. I'll give it some consideration. Okay? Seriously.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're on the air. Hello.
Rhonda.
Hello. Yes.
Yeah, I was calling. I'm calling about the marijuana.
Yes.
Rhonda.
Yeah, those two brothers are for sure on marijuana. Donating 3 turkeys is hardly a big deal, and they're the biggest pot stirrers in the entire county. That's all.
All right. Now, that's not a very nice thing to say. And I'm not here to let you slander anybody like that. That's reprehensible. It sounds like they got a good father and he did his best, and it sounds like they're actively involved in things.
Yeah!
So you got to give them credit. You're on the air.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Oh, our stalker just got
I'm talk about the marijuana thing.
Yes, sir.
I just want to say that it's a wonderful thing for medical. It really is.
Stand by.
Oh,
what an epic, dude, the storyline of that bit just came full circle with the last caller.
Yes.
Dude, literally the reason we started this was because that lady called the local news stations.
Oh.
He came full circle.
Oh.
We get all the way to this point. Dad convinces Ron Verb that we're not bad guys. She calls in and tries to say that our dad was wrong and to bash us, and he shuts her down.
Oh.
Moving full circle that she was wrong.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, dude.
We need to cut that part out.
You can't tell a better story. You can't tell a better story than that. That's storyline.
God.
I was gonna say, what an awesome end to the whole story with Dad calling and saying all these. Then she tries to call and he shuts her down.
Oh God, is that amazing?
That is incredible. That is incredible.
All right, we are. No, that's the thing. Yeah, that's our stalker lady. Oh, yeah, I don't see her going out giving out turkeys. No,
that is amazing.
Oh, well done, Isaac. This has been the best thing ever,
dude. That is in terms of MLO Bros storylines. That is perfect. That is literally perfect.
So her hero, Ron, you know, I'm going to call him an embarrassed. He just shut her down.
After she called the local news stations and tries to bash us, he calls us, you know, he says, don't listen to podcasters. And then come to this point, we get all of you to help us. Thank you all so much for calling. Our dad calls in, convinces him we're good guys, which we are jerks sometimes, but overall we do good things for the community. And then she calls in, tries to bash us, and gets shut down. What an epic storyline. Oh my goodness.
Oh, you couldn't get any better than that.
That is cookie cutter as it gets, ladies and gentlemen. I couldn't have drawn it up better. couldn't have drawn it up better than that. And you know what? I think for the rest of his broadcast, from legally speaking from 5 to 6,
let him go.
7, we'll leave him alone. You know, I'm done. Yeah. Call off the dogs. We're going home.
Well done. We have a peace treaty with Uncle Ron. We're done.
Oh my goodness. And stinking Rhonda called right before that. Rhonda called, and he said he said, you know, he doesn't like leaving, but I think we might be able to talk to him.
I'm gonna try. Yeah, that was a win. Justin said we win. Dude, that was a win,
brother.
Win. Everybody watching, before we
handshakes all around, ladies and gentlemen.
High fives for the team. High fives for the riffraff. Yeah, look, the riffraff wins. High five for the riffraff.
High fives all around.
Epic.
Wow.
Win. So congratulate. That was amazing. We got to go. My kids are like literally like Maggie's at parent-teacher.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where my 5-year-old. I haven't seen her in 2 hours. He might be
Insane.
outside. Everybody, we will see. So we're not going to be live tonight. We'll be back Thursday or Tuesday.
But there will be this show right now. We'll start at 8:30. We'll set it up and replay this for you so that you can see it. Luke, is it being recorded right now?
Yeah, it's always recorded. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll play this for everybody to see. We'll replay it, and then it'll look like we go live, but we won't be live, but it will be this recording. You can watch it tonight. What an awesome show. At 3:00 in the afternoon.
That was a victory. Dude. The fact that she just called in, which started all of this, got embarrassed.
Go, dude. Oh my God. Next up, we try and get Ron Verb to come on the show.
That's it.
Dude, that is insane.
What are you saying? Turn it back on. Hold on. What's going on?
You find yourself attracted to those men? I mean, is that something? Do you have feelings for them?
Oh, they're pretty handsome men.
I know. It sounds like. Are you thinking of maybe transgendering, perhaps?
Oh, no. I identify as a
gorilla.
As a gorilla, I actually look kind of like one. So,
all right. Well, I'm glad that you're attracted to them, and it gives you a purpose in life, right? I mean, it gives you a calling, a purpose, and I'm glad that you have it.
Absolutely.
All right. And do you feel a connection between us?
Yes, I do, sir.
Because I'm starting to get a tingling myself.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm more fuzzy inside.
Me too. Thank you for calling. You're on the air. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
How are you?
Good. Running out of time. Go ahead, please.
Yes, I just wanted to answer any questions that you had about the solar farm project.
I know
they were saying that the cloudy weather wasn't going to be suitable for it. Did you have any questions or want to talk about it?
Yeah, absolutely. You'd have to call me back at 6:00, though. I got to pause for the legal show, and then I have plenty of questions about it. If you want to do that at the same number.
Back at 6.
All right. Thank you. You're on the air.
Scouts.
You're on the air.
Thank you for calling.
Hello.
Yes. Go ahead quickly.
Oh, sorry. I was going to call about the solar too, but it sounds like somebody's already going to call back about that at 6:00.
Well, you call back at 6 as well, and I'll discuss it because I paused for the legal show. Then I got an hour of open lines between 6 and 7 tonight. News Radio 570 WKBN and Ron Verb.
Dude. All right, everybody. Call. Hey, listen to WKBN at 6 and hear about Wayne. And I think it's Wayne and Sarah are going to be talking to him about the solar farm.
Yeah, wait, call back at 6 and talk, man. I think
I think Sarah was the one who got through about the solar farm. Yeah. So call back then, and everybody listen in. WKBN 570 AM radio, and
I'll tell you what, I have a whole new respect for Ron Verb now, because granted his commercial shows way too many commercials.
Right.
But he handled that amazingly well. He was a good sport about it. Right. And he ended up slamming one of our haters at the end.
Right. Yeah, he heard, so Dad was able to relate to him as a father.
Yes.
And then they connected, and he was able to, okay, we went to school, we're not bums, we have good jobs, and we give back to charity. He was able to prove that we're not bums and we're not just being assholes just to be assholes. And from that, he is able to say, you know what, these guys in my mind, they're not bad guys. They're just might be playing a joke or something. And he told that lady, I'm not letting you bash them. Like, they've proven to me that they're cool. And until I hear more,
wow,
is what it is.
Dude, that was insane. All right.
Good. So
everybody,
good.
We'll replay this later. Thanks for watching. This has been a fun 2 hours, man. 2 hours, 14
Dude, that was incredible. It'll be played tonight. So tune in tonight. If not, we'll see you next Tuesday. So
bye, everybody. Thanks for watching. You guys all rock. Riff Raff for life. See you guys. Bye. That was amazing. I'm so happy right now. I was like, I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna be a good mood.